So my name's Sean Mullin. I'd like to welcome you all here to our event today. I'm the Executive Director of the Brookfield Institute for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, and we're one of the partners for putting on today's event. I'm just going to take about 5 minutes, kind of go over some ground rules, give you some context of what we're trying to achieve today before we turn it over to the actual content and speakers that I'm personally very excited about, and I think everyone will benefit from hearing. So yeah, first of all, welcome. Welcome to this space. Welcome to Autodesk. Thank you to Autodesk for providing this space for us. We're very appreciative. And thank you all for taking time out of your busy days to participate in this event. I would note for those coming in still at the back, there's still room at the front. And based on signups, we're at capacity, more than capacity today. So it'll be a tight room, but I think that will generate a lot of interesting conversations and learning from each other. So a little bit about why we're here. So I don't think I have to tell anybody in this room that interest in and conversations about and hype around this set of technologies called artificial intelligence is exploding across the world. Canada, as we'll hear from some speakers today, is actually in a very strong position to lead on this front, both on the basic underlying research, but also I think in some of the broader public policy and societal applications of this technology. Part of what we're here to do is to try and start to understand what those applications may be, what the risks may be, but also what the benefits are. And then just finally, a little note about who's in the room. We've put a lot of effort into trying to curate a great audience, a great group here today. So it's a combination of policy leaders and public servants from across the street at the Ontario Public Service, technologists, people who understand the fundamental technology that underlies artificial intelligence, and then experts from various areas of topics, maybe related to the technology, maybe not, but all we think that are topical. And so we hope that together, by pulling this diverse group together, you not only learn from what we've put together, but you learn from each other. So just a little bit more context on our focus for the day. So if you kind of look at the world of artificial intelligence and where it is right now, there's kind of this one level about rhetoric and hype, and it's very exciting, and you see a lot of headlines like artificial intelligence is more important than fire and electricity, or 3 ways AI will change the world for the better, and you see this kind of everywhere, and this is important and exciting, and yet, you know, how do you pierce through that and kind of get into something a bit more tangible to actually address some of the problems that people in everyday life face, governments and people in public policy face. At the kind of other end of the spectrum, there's kind of like deep technical knowledge, and we've got a wealth of this around the Toronto, Ontario ecosystem with organizations like Vector and researchers at some of our great universities. And so this is the world of kind of, you know, very technical language, TensorFlow, stochastic gradient descent, algorithms, equations about explaining, you know, how neurons work, and others. And so what we're trying to do today is kind of focus on this space in the middle, which we call kind of the policy level knowledge. It's going to be our focus for today. So the idea is, coming out of this, if you're not a deep technical person, we hope that you end up having enough understanding of the technology that you can kind of extrapolate it into problems that matter. And then from the other side, if you are a technical expert, maybe you also glean a better understanding of some of the policy context from some of your peers around the table to know how the technology that you are using or could be applied or maybe interpreted from a broader policy arena. So from an outcomes perspective, some of the goals we've set for ourselves: a better understanding of the underlying technologies and its applications, sharing of knowledge and expertise amongst people in the room, making connections between folks that are here today. So if people around the table, if you end up walking away and working on a project together for the next 6 months or 12 months, that to me would be fantastic success. And then we hope to potentially generate a list of ideas and projects and some momentum for future work. This topic is so vast, there's opportunities to drill down in almost any area. And so based on people's interests and where we see demand, we'd love to continue to do more work on this topic. A few notes about our partners. So we're very lucky to have 3 partners that have helped us put together this event. The Canadian Institute for Advanced Research, one of our preeminent research institutions here in the country and one of the 4 founders of funding artificial intelligence research in the country, and they've been a real help in kind of bringing together the thought leadership and the connections to expertise. The Vector Institute, of course, we've heard a lot about it as a new and exciting entity here in Toronto and in Ontario. And then the Centre for Public Impact, which is a London, UK-based organization that's doing some really interesting work about translating technology and other types of developments into tools for policymakers, and they've really helped us shape this agenda as well. 2 other things, who are we? So the Brookfield Institute for Innovation and Entrepreneurship, we are a institute, we're housed at Ryerson University, and we're focused on understanding the economic and public policy implications of a shift to an innovation economy. So working on topics like this are 100% up our alley.